Inspection on HGZ1776 on today, 11th of April 2024. Today the car's done 90,023 miles. Going into the service history, I will go to the vehicle information and then the vehicle status. Engine oil level is okay. We go to service requirements. So I did reset the MOT, which is now correctly at the January 25 date, and the vehicle check, which is what we've carried out today. So the next one is due in March 2028, or 36,000 miles. The brake fluid is due in March 2026, and the engine oil is due in March 26 or 80,000 miles, whichever is the sooner. Service history wise, we have put in today's service, which is there. If you click into it, you can see that's a vehicle check. And if we go up one, this is the last time we saw the car, 66,000 miles, and that was an engine oil service, air cleaner element, fuel filter and microfilter. I rather think it's seen someone else in between times, because that's a big gap between those two services. Car has been in a frontal accident, and you can see there's damage to these crash bars here that have been bent out of shape. I think this is in the wrong place, not that it matters. These mean that the bumper is further back into the car than it should be, and it makes it difficult to open the bonnet. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be any major lasting damage to the structure of the car. Looking in the engine bay, there's a screw missing off there. It's secure, can't be moved, but that is missing. And this pipe here has been taped. These perish and they crack with age, and this one has obviously been badly repaired at some point. The thing I look for on these diesel engines is see if there's any contamination to this plug here. This is your diesel line, your fuel line, comes into here, and this is a diesel fuel pressure sensor. These can pass diesel through the sensor into the loom, and if there was diesel there, I would be recommending changing that sensor, but yours is dry, so that's good. The intake manifolds in these cars have a tendency to carbon up. This is a sensor, it's a pressure sensor in the intake, and there is some carboning up in there, but I've seen these completely blocked, and in there you'll find quite a lot of carbon as well. I've seen worse. It's not causing a problem. There are no faults recording on the car right now, so this isn't complaining, but it's worth checking. So checking the oil level, we are about halfway on the stick, so we are certainly above the minimum, but probably worth putting a little bit of oil in the car. Front left tyre, you have nearly 4 mil of tread. There's 1.6 is the legal minimum, so there's 2 millimeters left on your front tyre. Brakes don't bind, which is good. Disc has a minor lip on it. That's the rear wheel, no bind. Disc is good. Tread is 6.6, so that's very good. It's a good tyre. The rear right, 6 mil on that, no bind, good disc. Driver's wheel, that is about 4 mil of tread, 4.3 mil of tread on the tyre, slight shouldering on that, no bind, disc, slight lip as per the other side. Looking down the left hand side of the car, you can see where this has been sprayed, and not very well. The finish on the paint is rather poor, and it's more obvious looking up than it is normally. But if I look at this side, this is factory finish paint, and it's a lot shinier. The reflections are without any blemish, but this is just, it looks like it was a front left accident that this car was in at some point. You have rust on this passenger rear door. Just checking the other side, there's no rust on the driver's side. There's slight damage to the rear of the car here. It looks like it's been, you've hit a post or something, and there's some minor damage to the bumper in places. Further to the damage here there is damage to this left rear quarter on the bumper. With your under tray removed, we can see the underside of the engine. This is your lower engine mount, and when we put the bar on here, you can see that the engine mount is actually separating from the rubber, so that needs replacing. The underside of the engine is otherwise dry. There's with one exception up here, which is the other side of that repaired pipe. There's oil in evidence around this area, actually up there, difficult to see. Looking at your CV, boots are good, suspension is all in decent condition, nothing to worry about. I would say that's all pretty tidy. Under trays are present, exhaust is in good condition. These are all protective trays, are all in good condition. Some minor surface rust here and there. Rear spring is good. Minor surface rust on the rear subframe, but commensurate with age really. Springs are good. There's no misting on the shock absorbers. Exhaust is in good condition. Well supported. So that's it for the underside of the car. There you go.